So tonight, massive news. Actually, this happened around 4 o'clock, but a Virginia Circuit Court ruled yesterday's redistricting vote unconstitutional, and there's now an injunction blocking the results from being certified. It's massive. This is massive news. You know, it just goes to show, even when we're losing, there's hope. This is one of the first times a judge has been on our side. And seeing as how he put the injunction on, now it can't be certified, go forward until it's appealed. Now, they're going to rush it through. It's the Attorney General of Virginia has already filed an appeal. They're going to get some movement on this. What we got to hope and pray is that they truly did screw up in the process of this, because that's what the judge said, is that the process of changing their constitution was not handled correctly. So everybody cross your fingers. Let's pray that this gets slapped down, because the Democrats they were having parties today. They were having field days. They basically were celebrating today as if the midterms were already over. This was their holy grail win. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's going to be the win they think it's going to be. I really don't. So the already, even if this goes through, I have a feeling Trump might have some up his sleeve. But first, let's see. There might be a real chance this gets upheld, I should say. Let's listen to Scott Jennings in his interview real quick.
Last night, the voters narrowly approved a new congressional map for the state. It was 6-5, Democrat to Republican. Pretty fair map, pretty balanced. And now it will be 10-1. The Washington Post editorial board called it this, quote, Virginia plunges America deeper into the gerrymandering abyss. But the legal battle is not over. Here to discuss, former Virginia Attorney General Ken Coochinelli. Ken, thanks for coming on to the show. Now that the referendum is over, I guess you're headed to you've already argued this in front of the Virginia Supreme Court. They've not issued a final ruling. What can we expect here over the next few days or weeks?
Yeah, Scott, this is going to move very fast in Virginia's courts. The precedent here is that the Supreme Court wouldn't touch a case until after the referendum. They consider that part of the legislative process, just like the governor signing or vetoing a bill. So there's no reason to have a lawsuit, or at least to hear and decide it until after that's done. Well, now the yes folks with 4-1 spending have won by about 2 or 3 points, and it is time to get on with the lawsuits. And the yes folks probably are going to look back at Tuesday and think that was the easy part, because they have so badly violated several constitutional provisions. Mind you, we're talking about the state constitution of Virginia, not the federal constitution, that they're going to have a hard time keeping this from being voided by the Virginia Supreme Court. So that's what's next. Briefs are due tomorrow at the Virginia Supreme Court. They're going to have oral argument on Monday. There's another case coming up out of a circuit court in Southwest Virginia that's being heard today, and I imagine will be consolidated or play catch up with the case right now in front of the Virginia Supreme Court. So this is going to go very fast. I think we're going to have a final ruling in May, best guess. And I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I'd be betting on no in the courts, even though they lost by a couple of points yesterday at the ballot box.
You said that the
awesome. So he's been this is a former Attorney General of Virginia. So it's not like some rando just walked on and was like, I don't think they got this. No, it's former Attorney General of Virginia. He obviously knows the state's laws very well. This gives us hope, guys. There's hope. And there's even hope if they win it. I mean, wait till I show you some of the other stuff going on towards the midterms later in the show. We have hope. It's not over by any stretch, no matter which way this goes. But if they lose, it's going to be a massive hit to the Democrats. They thought that they were going to out-gerrymander Trump, which they've already out-gerrymandered. Trump's response, getting Texas, Missouri, so on and so forth, to gerrymander, that was a response to how bad the Democrats have already gerrymandered their states. But alas, Democrats never like to be called out. They never like to admit they did anything wrong. They're the party of democracy. Remember, the party of democracy, where in a state with 45% Republicans, 46% Republicans, they give them 1 seat out of 11. That's the party of democracy. But I think there's a lot more going on here. Trump called it out already as a rigged election. He says a rigged election took place last night in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. All day long, Republicans were winning. Spirit was unbelievable until the very end when, of course, there was a massive mail-in ballot drop. Where have I heard that before? Democrats eked out another crooked victory. 6-5 goes 10-1, and yet the presidential election in November was very close to 50-50. In addition to everything else, language on the referendum purposefully unintelligible and deceptive. As everyone knows, I'm an extraordinary, brilliant person. Love that. And even I had no idea what the hell they were talking about in the referendum. Nobody does it like him. And neither do they. Let's see if the courts will fix this travesty of justice. So Trump's calling it out as rigged, and we're already seeing all kinds of stuff coming out. Like this. Virginia had over 1 million duplicate voter registrations. They removed 0 of them. And this kind of thing makes me think, was this a sting? Was the Trump administration ready for this one? Are they watching it very carefully? Do they have the receipts? I mean, because of X, all this news now travels in like light speed. An election took place last night. We already have receipts on fraud. It's that quick. Nobody can trust an election that has this. Like, at least nobody on the other side of the losing side, quote unquote, the losing side. We can't trust this. I mean, even this right here, this is straight up impossible. Fairfax County has 3 high-speed scanners. Even in perfect conditions, those 3 machines can process a max of 4,500 ballots in 5 minutes. The yes votes exploded by over 64,000, that exact window. No votes led all night. We're about 90%. We're in Democrats squeezing a win by. We're watching Democrats. I mean, this stuff's crazy. So these scanners couldn't even have processed all the votes quick enough. So this is how, I mean, again, I hope and pray that whichever way it goes, whichever way the courts decide, we get all the information from this. We prove yet another election is fraudulent. The DOJ's on top of this. We got Tulsi Gabbard, who's already raided Georgia, gotten the stuff out of Maricopa County, went to Puerto Rico to get election records. We got Maduro out of Venezuela, and that's believed to be where a lot of the stuff was going on. Election machines, switching out votes, CIA control down there. So, I mean, you can see where all the cards are being played by Trump here with the election stuff. So, don't be dooming. That's all I got to say about that. Don't be blackpilling. There's a silver lining to all of this. And, at this point, there's no, I mean, Trump is either a mastermind with everything he's got going on, or he's just the luckiest SOB ever. And I don't really believe in luck. If he pulled off the first election, you could say that. After the second one, after they pulled off, after everything he's pulling out now, I mean, every day that goes by, as this stuff happens and as Trump makes more and more moves, and we keep seeing, surprises like last night with the SPLC, the way Trump has cornered Iran, the more we keep seeing this stuff, the more it's like it's harder and harder to say the man's not a genius. Even the Democrats. I heard a Democrat tonight on a program I was listening to said the craziest thing. She said that in regards to Iran, she was like, Trump's playing 5D chess. I was like, well, what? I thought she was joking at first, and then she repeated it. She was serious. She just thought that the 5D chess he was playing was going to ultimately be harmful for us, but she still was saying that everything he was doing was brilliant. She just meant like a mad genius kind of way. So, again, all this is set up. So let's see what happens. Prayers that the courts strike it down. They do the right thing. Democrats suffer a major hit, and we also get the election fraud exposed so that this stuff can't affect the midterms.